I've been in the game a long time, hustling, bustling, willing to dealing. And I've come a long way, you know, and I have to kind of talk about something that's important to me, that I kept a secret a long time, kept hidden. That's mental illness, my mental mind, state of being. And I remember at the earliest recollection, man, of not fitting in, not being a part of, and it was like a shadow, and it followed me, through my early years, adolescent, teenagers, and didn't know what it was, couldn't put a finger on it. And I remember my mom telling me, I think I was like 12 years old. She said, "I think you might need to talk to somebody." So, what you mean, talk to somebody? She said, like a therapist, and that stuck with me. I didn't follow her advice, but I never forget it, that she saw something in me that I couldn't put a finger on, but I knew it was something that existed inside of me, but it was all in my mind, it was in my head. So I had all this stuff going on, all these different thoughts and feelings, and what I did to try to subdue it was through drugs and alcohol. And they worked for a minute. I got to escape my motherfucking reality, but as soon as I came back down to earth, I was faced with the same old things, that feeling, those thoughts, and they ruled me. They ruled me. I became an isolator. I couldn't do what the average normal kids could. I remember being scared to death to fill out my first student work visa, when I was 15 years old. I didn't have no help, but I remember just being, just scared to death, man, to do my first little summer gig, man. I got my license at 50. I remember way back then, scared to death to do the written test, man. I think I didn't take my, tried to take my first driver's written test. I think it was like 20-something years old, and I flunked. Then I tried it again, maybe at 30-something, and I didn't pass again, so I gave up on it. And that was based on those old thoughts and those feelings that came with it. My life has been a roller coaster, man. Just not wanting to admit that I had a problem, man. Just wanting to fit in, just wanting to get in where I fit in, wanting to be a part of, wanting to be a normal, average kid. So I endured this roller coaster ride of prison, drugs, alcohol, and homelessness. And that took me on, that vicious cycle lasted, man, for almost 30 years. One after the other. It was like a fucking merry-go-round. Here I go one, I go to the next one and do the next experience, but it was the same old shit. Fucking merry-go-round, man. And I was just experiencing all three of those things in different orders. That was my life. Motherfuckers call it a lifestyle. I call it I didn't have no choice, but I did have a choice. I just didn't seek the help that I needed. It was self-available. I was too ashamed, man. Full of guilt. What the fuck? I got to admit that I need some motherfucking medication to put one foot in front of the other or be comfortable. I'm like, fuck that shit, man. I can't do it. I'm gonna fight this motherfucker on my own. I'm gonna have the inner strength to get through this shit. I don't give a fuck what it is. And not knowing it was too powerful for me, because it was coming from within me, not from without. Not from outside. All the motherfucking clothes couldn't stop that shit from going on within the inside of me as far as my mental state. I used to dress the part in the motherfucking gym on swole. Felt the part, felt strong and all that bullshit like Hulk or something, invincible. But I said, no chance, man. And even in the relationships, I said, okay, well, if I just meet the right woman, I'll settle down and things will just come together. That shit didn't work. It's all the things I was going through as far as the shit that I was going through in my mind, man, I kept that to myself. Those is my deep, dark secrets. The fuck? I fucking think I'm crazy, man, if I share some of the things that I was going through or that I was thinking back then. You know, I feel like committing suicide. And most of the thoughts were like negative, you know. It was like what I couldn't do more so than what I could do when it came to things that were really important. Getting a motherfucking job, getting an education. You know, things like that, man. I was scared to death for the workforce, or just to being out there in the world and being a part of society in that way. I was always behind the motherfucking scenes, behind the curtain, in the cut, trying to find my way. I never did want to be on the front line. I didn't want the spotlight on me. So it's always trying to find a way, but I operated in darkness because that's what the fuck this was operating on. I couldn't do nothing in the daytime. Scared to leave a motherfucking block. My friends. Scared to venture out on my own. To do something important for me. I remember all the miscellaneous and the bullshit I would take, give it here, But give me something important, give me an important task to do. Scared to death, and I wouldn't do it. Appointments. Job interviews, man. I wouldn't keep them. I wouldn't keep those kind of appointments. Here we go again with the mind playing tricks on me, And it got worse before it got better. So what came with the mental twist came the crack, came the homelessness, came the prisons, the rehabs. And one day, man, I think I was in my 30s. Never forget, 2006. I happened to be on parole at the time. And I showed up on my monthly report. I'm like, check this out, man. I'm gonna end up back in prison again. I see that shit coming. I see the writing on the wall. It's the same old shit day in, day out. And I don't give a fuck, but I do this time. I don't wanna go and endure that bullshit again. I need to talk to somebody. I need some help. Used to have a seat in the lobby. And man, shortly after that, I got to talk to two people. Dr. Barker, good man, and Amy Kim. And she's a social worker for the department, outpatient mental health. And they prescribed me some medication. And I was reluctant to take it in the beginning, but I did. I said, fuck it, I'll try anything to keep him going back to prison, to keep him going motherfucking crazy. Because my world was turned upside down and I knew it, man, but I just couldn't help it. Because it was a part of my character makeup. It was more stronger, more powerful than crack, all that bullshit. And I really needed some help in that area, man. Because I knew I was different. I knew I didn't think like the average person thought mentally. And I didn't feel it physically. Like I was okay. Like I was just, I'm good. Never felt like I was good enough for motherfucking me. I don't give a fuck about for me. Like I let myself down. I remember being in my 20s and 30s, my mind was always on me, man, you didn't do enough for yourself. You didn't step up to the plate. You didn't try enough. You didn't put forth an effort for you. I'm like, God damn. I know that. What the fuck am I supposed to do? And I'm having these conversations with myself. Oh, you let your family down again. Oh, you disappointed mama. Oh, this and this. And that shit was just compounding, man, up here. All my past mistakes, all my past failures. I wouldn't let me live it down. I was my own worst critic. So anybody came into contact, I was criticized, I was critical of them in a relationship. I was hard on myself, but I didn't put forth enough effort. I feel sorry for myself, but that didn't light a fire up under my ass. Nothing really did it for me, but just that one day, man, where I just got tired tired, man. I'm like, fuck, man, something has to change, man, because I can't change me. My mom and them prison can't change me. The drugs and alcohol ain't making me feel the way I should be. You know, fuck. I'm going deeper and deeper into the abyss, the bottomless pit. So I tried that motherfucking medicine, and it helped. But that old lifestyle behavior and thinking, that took preceding over it. So I had to try different combinations of medicine over the years, because I still couldn't function. I still couldn't put ABC or 1, 2, 3 together in order. And I was diagnosed in 2006. And shortly after that, I started receiving a SSI onto the mental health. And I've been off and on medicine, man, for a while. You know, I've tried different medications over the years. And I was reluctant. I was hesitant. When I feel myself getting better at times, I stopped taking it all together, thinking I could do without it. And then short time later, the same old habits became, the same old thought patterns started to pick up, the same old characteristics kicked in. And I felt myself, man, stumbling and bumbling, making the same mistakes I made 10, 15, 20 years ago. You know, based on this, my mind playing tricks on me. But my mind wasn't playing tricks on me. My mind just wasn't wired the way a normal average person is. I've learned that I had to fully concede, man, that I needed help. I needed medication, but more than medication, I needed to surround myself with some people who knew exactly what I was going through and what I was dealing with, who could help guide me along the way. I couldn't do that shit by myself, just being under medication. Fuck. Walking around this motherfucking sluggish and feeling like a motherfucking zombie. You know, take my medicine at night, wake up in the morning, take about an hour for that shit to subside. After I get up, then I'm able to kind of maneuver. So I need to, and with medication comes side effects. So that explained to me the kind of side effects that come with different medications. And what happened was, man, I continue to find the kind of medication that helps me be okay with me. You know, helps me be able to function, get through the motherfucking day, come with me. And it's important that I have the people around me who can really help me in that area where I couldn't help myself. Mental illness ain't no motherfucking joke. I'm a testament to that. And I needed everybody in my corner to show me that, because I couldn't see it. I knew it was detrimental, me not being under the care and guidance of some people who knew what I was going through, because I couldn't diagnose myself, you know, but there were some people who could, and they can pinpoint what was the problem areas. And today I have a therapist, I have a case manager, I have a psychiatrist who give me the medicine. You know, she writes out the scripts for me, the prescriptions. And all of them play a vital role in my success, man, or my failure. Because if I don't get the right kind of medication, it's not gonna help me. So they need to make sure that the medication is correct, the dosage is correct, the information is correct. And I've been fortunate in that area, because my supporting cast, man, they're great at their jobs. All of them play an important part, and they're fucking great at it. They don't bullshit me, they don't shuck and jive. They're seriously trying to help me be able to live a more fulfilling life, man, under the guise of medication, man. You know, ain't no ducking and dodging, ain't no running and hiding, shucking and driving through this motherfucker, because it ain't no joke, man. Life's in session. So if I'm fully aware that life's in session, I have a better chance at dealing with it. Can't fucking play dumb. Oh man, because I've been diagnosed with this, so I can act like, no, I can't. I can't justify that bullshit, the way I get down, by being diagnosed with something that has to do with mental health. I can't use it as a crutch. And I can't look at it as something negative that'll keep me feeling like I'm in a motherfucking straitjacket. got to see it for what it is, a new way of life, a new way of looking at things. My bad, a different way of looking at things. You know, with the help of others and medication. Now, ain't that a bitch? Double dose of some reality that it took me a long time to look at and face. Oh man, shit. They're running late on my medicine. And I see the old signs and feelings and all that bullshit coming back. Despite I'm in a motherfucking gym. Despite I'm living on my own and being responsible and taking responsibility. You know, I see my sleep patterns not happening. I'm not getting enough sleep. Man, I woke up this morning and I said to myself, I can't go another day without my motherfucking medication. And the motherfucking phone rang. He says, yeah, man, we got a call Friday. Said the nurse tried to deliver your medication, but they had the wrong telephone number. Do we have your information again, please? Your address and your number. Said we'll deliver your medication today between 12 and 2. Sorry for the inconvenience, man. And I hung up and I cried. As my creator answered me, know what the fuck I'm going through, know what I'm feeling, if nobody else does. My motherfucking family can't even realize what it is. The only one that has the inkling is my mom. But the creator said, I got you. Boom, wrong. Like I woke up this morning and said I can't do it. Not without the help. And I've been on this shit, man, almost 20 years. You know. But let me go 2-3 days. Let me go a week without my medication. God damn. What a sight for sore eyes. You wouldn't want to see me like that. I wouldn't want to see myself like that. And that's the God's honest truth. And that's some shit that people need to know. What's going on behind the motherfucking scenes. Not what I put out there. But it's the shit that you can't see. You know, that's what time it is. That's what I'm dealing with. The shit that I've been living with for most of my life. All my life. Not being your average Joe. Not being wired like everybody else, man. Fuck, you know. And man, I remember I used to think to myself, man, God, why was I born, man? Why'd I have to be born not just being different, man, and thinking and feeling different? Why can't I just be like the average motherfucker, man? Just go through life, man, and find my bumps and all that bullshit, man. And endure my bumps and all that shit along the way. You know? Why you got to add some bullshit to the equation already with the race and the ghetto and being poor and all that other shit, plus the mental health. Like, God, man, I need a break, man. Can you cut me some motherfucking slack? And he did, and he continues to. When I need him, he comes through to save the day when I can't save my motherfucking self. So, like I said before, this is a serious topic. And it needs to be addressed and it needs to be dealt with, man. And for those who suffer from mental health, schizophrenia, depression, bipolar, you know, there's motherfucking help available, man. You ain't got to suffer, go through some bullshit by yourself. There's help available, man. You know, and it ain't easy admitting it. And sometimes it ain't easy just going through it, man, the process. But a beast, I'd rather give it a shot than not try at all, you know, because the best thing I could have did for myself was that day when I was in the parole office and I asked for help, because it was always there, always ready for me. I just need to step up to the plate, you know, and make that call. And I did. It's the best thing I've ever done, best decision, best choice. But it hasn't been easy. You know, still trial and error. Even today, I'm still trying to get a handle on the day-to-day thing without my medication or different circumstances or problems coming up and how I deal with them. You know, I don't tuck my tail no more. I don't run no more. I'm not saying it's easy. Still got to deal with some shit, uncomfortable things, difficult things. But at least I have a fighting chance today. You know, the medicine helps, and I have some people I can call that can help me to show me the way when I just feel like I just can't go on no more. You know, so yeah, you know, it's real. It's sad. It's funny. You know, it's exhilarating and all that bullshit. You know, all those things and some. But the bottom line is, man, I'm glad I got that help, and I'm glad it's still available to me. You know, I can pick up that motherfucking call. That phone and make a call. They got a lot of places around here I can go to. You know, different services that are available to me. Just like the motherfucking gym and so forth and so on. You know, they got some services, people, you know, that are there, you know, lend a helping hand. Because too many people are suffering and they don't have to in that area because they just don't want to admit, you know. So I admit that shit. And admitting that shit, I'm being set free from the way I think and how I feel. I've been dealing with for most of my life. So on that note, that's all I got for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Mental health is probably what's really behind a lot of drug use, isn't it? That's what I see. Because you can blame drugs all you want, but if you really break it down,
That's it.
mental health is what's going on behind the drug use.
Yeah.
And then the childhood trauma and all that behind that. But creating a little more understanding with all these talks. You going to the gym?
No, my medicine's coming between 12 and 2.
Then you go to the gym.
Yeah.
First things first.